This is Thomas Taylor with Bentley Systems. This instructional video will assist you in understanding the steps required to integrate OpenRoads Designer three-dimensional model of the corridor into Concept Station. Part of the OpenRoads Designer to Concept Station integrated workflow is to go in and create a complex terrain model within OpenRoads Designer, modify the terrain model to clip out the area of the corridor model created by OpenRoads Designer, then to incorporate the terrain model into Concept Station, and then use geocoordination services to provide the imagery to overlay onto the terrain model, and then finally to import the 3D corridor model from OpenRoads Designer into Concept Station. In certain workflows, you may have already have your design complete and your terrain model would be an existing ground survey. And so I'm going to take you over to OpenRoads Power Inroads Select Series 4. As you can see, we already have a model complete inside a DGN file named Model SS4. If I open up if I go in and open up the terrain model file, fit the view, you'll see that I have an original ground existing survey, and I have a terrain model that was from the geocoordination services in Concept Station, exported and then imported into OpenRoads. I also have a complex terrain model that is created by merging the geocoordination services terrain model with the existing ground run survey. If I take a look at that terrain model, you'll see that how I accomplished that was as I took the geocoordination services terrain exported model and added the existing and ran a merge. What this does is allows the more accurate ground run survey to take precedence in the area inside of the overall GCS terrain export. I'm going to go ahead and create this as a new terrain model. I'll give it a feature definition, and I'm going to give it a name. And I'll call it Merged Clip 4 Corridor. So I'll hit Finish, and it completes, and now I have another terrain model in the file. Notice I named it Merged Clip 4 Corridor. What I want to accomplish here is I want to go in and clip out the terrain model within the limits of the corridors, as I am demonstrating by selecting the boundary In order to accomplish this, all I need to do is some terrain model editing. So I'm going to go to Tasks. I'll pin the task bar. And I'm going to add some features to that newly created terrain model. I want to locate the terrain model. I'm going to select it from the combo box. I want to make sure that my feature type is set to drape void. And now it's prompting me to locate the element to add. All I have to do is select the corridor outlines. And reset. And I'm done. To verify that it looks correct, I'm going to go to the properties and I'm going to turn on the triangles. Notice what I've done now is I've verified that the triangles are clipped out within the area of the 3D components of the corridor model. At this point, we need to get that terrain model from open roads to concept station. In order to do that, I can select it and I'm going to export it. I'm going to export it as a GeoPack 10. I'm going to leave the name merged clip for corridor and hit save, and it's complete. So now all I need to do is go to concept station, and I've created a new DGN DB that is correctly located with the correct units, and I'm going to import that file. Under Raster and Terrain, select Add Data, navigate to the file location, open, next, and then import. The import's successful. As you can see now, we have our clipping for the corridor. Now I want to add some imagery. So I'm going to go back to the backstage, select Geocoordination Services. Notice on the data classes there's already a terrain model, but I want to add imagery. So I'll say next, allow it to contact Geocoordination Services, and then what it will do is it will find the imagery that is located within the project location. I'll select Download and Import. This may take some time depending on your internet speed and the traffic on the server that you're gathering the imagery from. In order to determine the status of the import, you can click on Details and notice that it's gathering imagery right now and completing the download. So the download and the import process is complete. And if you notice, I have a warning. If I need more information regarding the warning, I can select the warning, and it tells me that 2 of the files, the import failed because the raster and terrain do not intersect. But 2 of the files, the import was successful. So I'm going to go ahead and dismiss that and select Done and see what my results are. And overall it looks pretty good. So now I have draped imagery on a terrain model that has been clipped out to incorporate the corridor design. The final part of this process is to bring in the 3D corridor model. In order to do that, go to the backstage, import, go to Other, Add Data, select the folder, and I'm going to select the model. I'm going to turn off Use Workspace Settings to find textures for now. And I'm going to tell it to import all for the data extent. Select Next and Import. The import is successful. Now if I select Done, you'll notice that I don't see the DGN file, but that's okay. It comes in with the levels turned off. So if I select the bottom drawer here and under Categories, which is analogous to levels in a DGN file, you can see that some things are turned off. So all I need to do is turn on all levels or all categories. Select Show All. And as you can see, now I have the DGN file in the concept station file with the terrain model clipped out. And that's all it takes. I hope you found this useful.